My name is Reagan Widener. In 2013 of October, I was in a car accident. I was ejected, and you can't really see them now because they faded thanks to Dr. Rodriguez, but I have 8 facial scars from the accident right here on my nose, and 2 above my hairline. So me and my mom are probably the closest out of my entire family. She's my rock and my hard place. She's a huge softie and a pushover, but I love her for it. She's also a huge crier. She cries every time I go to a doctor's appointment. My dad is an entrepreneur. He owns his own business for kayaking on the river and tubing. And my stepsister Peyton, we're pretty close. She's a goofball. My stepdad, he won't tell you, but he's a crier too. And my sister, my older sister, Brittany. She is my favorite person in the entire world. We're both animal lovers. She's the sweetest person I know. I would define kindness as accepting anybody as they are and showing them the good out of your heart, and that they don't judge you, they just accept what you are. I define respect as you don't tell somebody that there's something wrong with them. You don't tell them that they shouldn't look like that or be like that. You should just respect what they are. You just don't make fun of them. I have been bullied since 7th grade. Believe it or not, mostly by people outside of school. They like to stare, they like to point, they like to say stuff, and they think I'm not looking. They'll whisper in each other's ears. The worst it's ever gotten is in 9th grade, freshman year. People started calling me anonymously on my cell phone and asking if Scarface was there or if she was available to talk. And you couldn't trace it because they used different apps to change the numbers and voice modifiers. And I'd have kids say stuff like that in my high school hallways, and I would have them just look at me and then whisper as I walked by. And it really made me feel, at one point it made me feel suicidal. I didn't want to go through that anymore. I didn't want to live. But I had my family to support me through it, and it helped me a lot. My best friend Mason, we just became friends sophomore year, which is the year I'm in right now. And she is the best friend I've ever had, even though we've only been friends for a year. She never lets anybody say anything to me. She never backs down from an argument if it's about me. She's just always had my back, and I feel like it will be that way forever. My dad helps a lot. He doesn't talk about it in a sense. He just gets my mind off it. He distracts me. We go do fun stuff, and we eat desserts till we can't even function anymore. And my dog Mindy is a huge factor. If I had a chance to talk to my bullies, if I knew who they were, I would first tell them their nickname Scarface is very clever, but I would also tell them that I understand why they're doing it. They're insecure and they need to bring someone down to make themselves feel better, and that if they need someone to talk to, if they're having trouble at home, no matter what they did to me, I'll still talk to them if they need somebody. Bullying online was a whole lot worse than the in-person. Because when you're in person, you get to say it to my face, and I get to respond. I get to have a right to respond to you. When you bully someone online, you're behind a screen name or a phone number that nobody knows, and it's almost cowardly. And you just think, why did that person go out of their way to make me feel this way? It wasn't necessary, because I already have insecurity issues with my facial deformity, and I don't need a bunch of teenagers who think they're better than everybody else to call me and ruin my day. What I wish I could tell the world is, even though I have a facial deformity, it is not okay to point at me, to talk about me when you think I'm not looking, or to actually say it to me. I have no problem if you ask about it, because me being me as a little kid, I would ask somebody about it. I just want the whole world to know that I am a person. I'm not just something to look at. I'm not a piece of art in a museum for you to stare at. I'm a learning experience of what you should do. You should wear a seatbelt, because I didn't. You should try to find out what the other person is going through. Judging somebody does nobody any good. I want them to understand that it's not just them in this entire world. It's not just about them. It's about other people. If someone approaches me and wants to ask me about my facial deformity, I'm more of a straightforward person. Just get out what you want to say. Ask me straightforward, what happened? Why do you have like facial scarring? Why is that on your face? My fears and concerns for my future are a typical high school kids, college, oh goodness, college, grades. I would tell her to keep being carefree. When I was younger, I used to play mannequin in the store when Mom would shop, and I'd pretend to be a mannequin, and I was just carefree. I didn't care. I would tell her to stay that way, because life's gonna get hard. It's gonna get really hard, and you're not gonna know how to handle it. You're gonna push everybody away, and you're gonna get somewhat depressed. And I would tell her not to push them away, that they're what's helping you. Also, you're going to become a huge bookworm, which is really going to help you in the future, so don't push that away either. I have so many hopes and dreams for the future. I can't decide on a career. I want to be so many different things. I've looked into FBI profiling because I'm fascinated by how the human brain works. I wanted to be a plastic surgeon like Dr. Rodriguez to help kids like me. I feel like I'd help them understand. I also really want to be a writer, but I mean, I might do that on the side. And in college, I'm a huge makeup fanatic. I'm hoping to be a makeup artist like on the side. I was afraid that my facial deformity wasn't enough compared to what other people had been through. And then I started talking to Dina, but honestly, I almost cried when I found out about my face, because I was like, finally someone else, you know, who has a facial deformity like me, someone else who understands, because we live in a small town. Nobody has a facial deformity. Nobody I've known anyway. And it's really hard because you feel like you're the only one going through it, and people try to talk to you about it, but they really have no say in it because they don't understand. So when I found out about my face, I just cried. I was so happy. So please know that there are other people like you, and they could use your help.